every day under the threat of death, I feel discouraged sometimes. Living every day under extensive criticisms, even from Negroes, I feel discouraged sometimes.
Listen, two cups, like ice.
Hello, good people, and welcome back to Two Cups of Truth Radio TV podcast, where we tackle civil and social issues. Today, you're listening to your girl D. Royal, the serial rebel. Here with us is the true voice of reason, none other than Lady S.
The often imitated, never duplicated.
And along with us is also the Barney Fife of podcast, Two Cups Shawty.
Hey man, here I go, man. Hey, I definitely didn't know nothing about Barney Fife, but it's a funny story about that Barney Fife. Cause you know what? Like I think all relationships should start and end with like the Andy Griffin show. Like if you wake up in the morning and you know in relationship, like you should wake up, watch an episode of Andy Griffin, and before you go to sleep, you should watch an episode of Andy Griffin. And I'm gonna tell you why I did. It's funny you call me the Barney Fife podcast because I think there's a lot of women out there. I call it fifing, and that's been my thing. That's what it's been fifing. You know, it's called burning. Because Burner see something and make up something in their head. Like I'm talking about he done ran a long way with it. Now, for men, that's what most women do. Like it don't even be that serious and whatnot. But they done painted. I'm talking about they done had the beginning, the middle, the conclusion. They done fifed it up. So it's funny you call me the and because that's one of my terms that I have been using towards women, like you know what I'm saying, like hey, I be like, baby, you fighting now.
Oh Lord, you trying to put it on the market, trying to put it out there.
So I be like, you know, I got something for both of y'all today that I forgot to do on the pilot episode. So this is episode 2, so I got to do it now. So I need y'all attention, and I need I'm gonna pull this document up because you got to swear in. And you didn't swear in. Yeah, you got to. You got to swear in. So we got what we call the trap allegiance. It's called the trap allegiance. You got so both of y'all got, and I'm glad you did make sure that you know that we did have the 2 cups on the table today. So both of y'all put y'all cups up. You know, hold your cups up. You know what I'm saying? Hold your y'all both hold your cups up and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the trap.
I pledge allegiance to the trap.
Oh yeah, see, it ain't.
You first of all, I'm saying for no flag.
It ain't no flag. It's cups. It's the cups now. It's the cups.
All right.
It's the cups.
All right.
It's the cups now.
I'll rock with you as far as I can.
Now the trap is this trap, right?
Hey. I pledge allegiance to the trap.
Pledge allegiance to. Where you at, lady?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, so you ain't gonna have no voice out there.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
See, this is why folks don't show us the stuff. See, folks be ready to show up and they go looking back, folks be gone. They be gone. They hold the cup, but they gone.
All right, 2 cups. I'm ready.
Okay, they ready now.
Right,
they
okay.
ready now.
Let me look at her.
They ready now.
Can I just look at her and make sure she's
They
still
ready.
with me?
Hey,
I want to make
right,
sure
know
she's
what
still
I'm
with me.
saying? Right, make sure she's with you now. Know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like, hey man, I would hate them to see them trying to baptize y'all.
Oh man,
So
but y'all would be kicking and everything. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Okay.
That's why you pop this up on me. You know I done vetoed it.
Right. I pledge allegiance to the trap.
Pledge allegiance to the trap.
Of the United Hustlers of America.
Of the United Hustlers of America.
From every block.
From every block.
In every corner from which we stand.
In every corner from which we stand.
Lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
As we try to forgive those who trespass against us.
As we try to forgive those who trespass against us.
Straight drop.
Straight drop.
Under God.
Under God.
Indivisible.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
With liberty and justice for all.
All right, man.
That wasn't too
So hey man, so I welcome y'all, man. So we supposed to did that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So but you know, so that's the swag NC, but you see right there in front of you, right there is the box of Arm & Hammer with
I was gonna question that. With the caution tape.
I stopped when I saw the caution tape. I was gonna ask, and then when I saw the caution tape, I said I'm a caution.
Hey, it's about time. So usually when we have a guest, so you get with the guest guy, they got to put their hand on the box of Arm & Hammer, and they got to swag in.
Twice.
And 2 cups. True.
Okay. No, he's not.
That's what happens in this domain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So D-Raw, man. Where we at, man? We
Yeah.
didn't got off track for a second. Where we at?
We were just talking about how our week was, and Hannah said she gonna leave the guilty. Where they at? So,
Hannah. What you said? Hannah.
No, I said we're gonna handle this and leave the guilty where we're at.
Oh, we're gonna leave the guilty. We were trying to figure out who the guilty was.
Oh yeah, that's what we were trying
Cause I didn't know if she was talking about I didn't know if she was talking about Bill Cosby.
Oh, good God.
Well,
But you know what? She
had
could have been talking about R. Kelly. Cause we never.
No, I think we need to leave that alone.
Do we think R. Kelly guilty?
Of
Anything?
being R. Kelly? Absolutely.
Yeah, but he was born guilty of it when they
No.
named him R.
No,
Kelly.
that ain't his
absolutely
name.
correct.
That ain't his name. That ain't what his mama named it.
Well, it don't matter.
R. Kelly, the artist, the artist is guilty.
Listen, I just wanted to do this show today and not get into a bunch of stuff. You talking about but you get to talking about what your mama names and stuff like that. I got an issue with that.
Oh, what's your issue with that? What's
I
wrong with that?
got issue with that because if a person tell you what they identify as, if they tell you know what I'm saying, you say, I ain't what your mama named you. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. Know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against the LGBT community or whatnot, but they come along and say, you know what? Call me this, I am this, and you got to go along with it. But a simple man, a regular man, say this is what I want to be called, this is what I identify as, it's a problem. But somebody from any other community can say, you know what? Sir, I want to be ma'am today. And you got to respect that. And you got more respect for that than a person just say, you know what, because I go through that. My name, because I go through that. I'm a 2-cut Shawty. They be like, man, why I know you from? Like, man, I'm 2-cut. They be like, but that ain't what your mama named you. You know what I'm saying? But then you got a whole person out here telling you that they somebody that God didn't even make.
Okay, all right, hold up. I'm just trying to, because I believe you're mixing two things, right? I don't know what's going on with this R. Kelly guy, but I know that ain't what they calling him in court. I know what they calling him in court is what his mama named him, right? But who's guilty? You said something about being guilty. I think the character that he created. Now, if you out here acting a fool in these streets, then two cup, he guilty. He guilty. Not what your mama named you. That character was guilty because that's how you was acting when you was doing what you was doing. Hey. That's all I was saying. You hear what I'm saying?
I think you got a fact.
That's all I was saying. Now about the LGBTQ, that's something different. That's a new community that has a nation that has come up, that has risen. And, nations have their rules and their community laws and bylaws, bylaws and things. And if that's what they ask to be respected by as a community, we're going to respect it.
Man, all I'm saying is
we're gonna respect it as a community. We're gonna respect it. That's their world, and that's how they view things, and that's the language that's used. So we gonna respect it.
No, but I'm just saying. So a man. So you talking about what his mama named?
His mama didn't name him R. Kelly.
But his mama did name him R. Kelly. His name, you know what I'm saying?
His mama ain't named him no R. Kelly.
His mama named.
I know Sylvester's in there
I
somewhere.
I just want to say that this is not what I meant by my statement of protecting the guilty. Period. And then I'm gonna say I meant in action.
I'm far off of that guilty.
Yes, Robert Sylvester.
That's what
it
it is.
That's
what it is.
So what the R stand for?
Robert.
So that what his mom. So he
his
said.
Mama named him Robert.
So who's on trial, Robert or R. Kelly?
Robert's on trial. Them paperwork say Robert.
See, but
they say Robert Sylvester.
But R. Kelly did the do.
That's who's guilty.
So you saying they got the wrong person?
No, I'm saying they got the right person. That was what he birthed. Like you birthed 2 cups, he birthed R. Kelly. So that's y'all go together. Y'all gonna be together.
No, well let's just get this straight. She wasn't talking about me him go
now you
together.
Now you
Hey,
want to separate yourself.
Now you want to find your way out that street. Okay. we gonna keep it right.
Yeah, let's
on
keep
roll.
it moving, please, Lord.
Right on roll. All I know is that I didn't get a chance to eat breakfast today. You got a chance to eat breakfast?
I did not eat breakfast.
Did you eat breakfast today?
Nah, I didn't eat breakfast.
What is wrong? What's going on, people? Because
Let me tell
breakfast
you
is
why.
said to be the most important meal of the day. Why didn't you eat breakfast
Well,
today, lady?
because on the weekends, I like to have a lavish breakfast.
Okay.
I like to have my eggs scrambled, with cheese.
Mhm.
I like to have a luscious meat.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a delicious sweet,
Okay,
whether it
meat,
be French toast, blueberry pancakes, banana walnut pancakes, carrot cake pancakes, all of that good, some couple of biscuits, some orange juice, some coffee, just do a BIG for the weekend. And since I had to cook it, it happened. It didn't go down.
Oh, so you only like that when it's being prepared?
No, I was in the mood yesterday.
Okay.
So Saturday I got up, I made my spread. Sunday it wasn't a repeat.
Okay.
It was not a repeat.
Okay, got you. There's a mood
Yeah,
that goes with it. And I hear that.
Absolutely.
Why didn't you have breakfast? They say breakfast is the most important part of the day. You're supposed to start your day with breakfast. Why didn't you have breakfast?
Well, niggas don't really eat breakfast
Wow.
after 12. Like when your mama start cooking
I'm
breakfast.
not ready for you today. Let me just say this. Go ahead.
Niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask the average nigga when the last time he ate breakfast, it was usually
At his mama's house.
at his mama house or unless he got a good little lady that, that really love him.
Making a spread.
Mm-hmm.
Lady X like to make a spread like that.
Yeah, when she got a good little lady that love him, and then it go from there. Like Lady X, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she can cook a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
She can cook a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
That's better
Well, you
than
know what
none.
I'm saying? She cook a little bit. Like, I like, the fact that, like, you know what? And you look like you can stir a little bit yourself, yeah.
A little bit. I can. But me, I'm not a breakfast person, period.
Oh, you're not?
Most niggas ain't.
What is she talking about?
What?
So are you
say,
say
'cause we
that
didn't get
you're
no
calling me a
breakfast in the
nigga? That's the
I ain't calling you a
You say
nigga.
most niggas ain't.
I ain't calling you a nigga. I'm just
I
saying
just want to
most
be
niggas.
clear. That's why I asked the question.
Please let this go back to pre 16 or 1860. Is it? Are you gonna go there? Is that why?
No, I ain't
Oh,
going
okay.
1860.
I was gonna say because it's back in the fields, like
No,
water. That's where you go.
No, you know what I'm saying? I'm going back to, you know what I'm saying, to before goddamn Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Are you going back before that?
I'm going back before that, like before Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Hey,
And what year was that?
1742. Was it
I think
1742?
it was 16.
What was it? We don't eat. Listen, we supposed to be
We
educated.
don't respect his story.
We supposed to be
We don't
educated.
respect his story, baby.
1492.
Oh, we both-
1492. We had the two right. I had the two right. And
Right.
14 you had a look.
I had the 92
You
right.
know how many dates I have in my head?
1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Yes, absolutely. That's when he came across the waters. And what that got to do with breakfast?
Yeah,
I don't
back
even
to
know
your
why
point.
I'm
Back
looking
to
at-
your point.
But the point was the point was that's how long niggas ain't been eating
You got
breakfast.
me looking at this pirate. What happened?
That's how long niggas ain't been eating breakfast. Since what? 1492
Oh,
when
breakfast
Columbus.
has definitely been a thing since then.
No,
You know,
it didn't get big to after
you said
Thanksgiving.
14, but you said the 18. But back in the 1800s, we was definitely eating breakfast. It might have been at 3
Well.
a.m. to be out at 4 a.m.
Okay.
And it
Well,
might
we
not
were
have been
eating-
the whole layout that you had
Right,
mentioned.
exactly.
But we had to have some energy to be out in the.
Yeah, they gave us food. We ate, but I'm talking about the way we talking about. See, she was sitting there talking. Hey, Miss X, describe them pancakes you were talking about again.
Ooh wee! So them pancakes yesterday had. Well, actually, I did French toast yesterday, but my favorite pancakes are the carrot cake pancakes. So with the shredded carrot in it, just one step shy
You
of
did
an
that
actual
Saturday?
cake. No, I did French toast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, see, I'm talking
That
about.
sounds good.
See them breakfast. We talking about just getting something to eat in the morning. That ain't breakfast.
Wait, no, I didn't say that. I
It's
said,
just getting. I'm talking about you. No, you should say it may not been laid out.
it may not be the
Lavish.
spread like what she
A
just
spread,
described.
right? Yeah,
No, listen, I don't believe me myself. You know I'm a cereal rebel. You know that.
right. I
What
get
the
it.
heck is breakfast? Who said what breakfast food is?
You the one
I
brought
had-
breakfast up.
I had dinner.
Breakfast should really just be a nutrient.
You brought breakfast
to
up.
begin your day and break fast.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you. That's what
Getting
I was
your
just
break fast.
breaking fast. You're
Right.
breaking fast from that recipe.
Right,
you
so
had.
that means you got eat and go. That's what it's supposed to be in the morning. Breakfast supposed to be quick.
Okay. But you ain't even had nothing today.
Right, but breakfast, so in my mind, that's why fast on the end.
Oh, it got to be. That's why breakfast got to be quick because you got fast
Hey,
for it.
if breakfast supposed to be quick.
Oh my good God. No.
I never heard it quite quick
The
like that
fast
before.
is abstaining from food. You know, that period of sleep.
Yeah, I thought it
Up
was
to
from the
8
rest.
hours. Yeah, the
Yeah.
period of rest.
I thought there was. You
Allow
just-
your body to readjust. You're breaking that fast, not fast as in a hurry.
But how 2 cups understands is fast.
Yeah, tomato.
Yeah,
We'll move
yeah,
on.
right. You need it. Yeah, breakfast on post. But then they say talking health wise, breakfast, like you said, the most important meal of the day.
Yes.
So you're supposed to be able to, so if you're gonna eat a lot, you're supposed to eat a lot at breakfast.
So is
That's what I heard,
breakfast
too.
more a time more than food? Because people usually associate breakfast with a type of food. So is breakfast more of a time? You need to break your fast by a certain time, or is no
That's a
longer
good
breakfast?
question.
That's a
Kyle.
great question.
That's a great
I
question.
was just wondering.
Yeah, that's a good damn
Nice.
question.
No.
Like,
'Cause ain't
for
nobody
me, it's a
gonna tell me.
time.
It got to be a
Okay.
time. It got to be a time. Because nobody's going to tell me what to eat. If it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I want to have some steak and I want to have the dinner I had last night, that's what I'm going to have as I'm
Bless you.
hungry. That's what I'm
Yeah,
going to eat.
but that's
Unless
breakfast.
you in that hard stomach, because I can't go that hard that early.
Can't go
It
that hard.
has to be a light,
It has to be like
yeah, like a.
carrot pancakes. Is
Well,
like-
listen, now on weekends, like
oh,
I
you said weekends. You did say that. That's the
Now,
caveat.
pre-COVID, I was brunching with my mimosas and such, you know,
Okay.
going to
Okay.
different spots.
All right.
and such, you know.
Yes. Oh, so in the morning we can have mimosas, but we got to keep it light.
Right.
I just want to
You're
be
right.
clear.
But you know what? Honestly, I am in love with breakfast foods.
Okay.
Like, I am in love with them. Breakfast for dinner was the biggest treat for me growing
Okay.
up. Like,
Okay.
oh
We're
my
having
God.
breakfast.
Not realizing now that probably was a cop out, but that's okay. You know what I
It
mean?
didn't matter. It was a
It
treat.
didn't matter. It was such a treat. So I really do hold breakfast breakfast foods, traditional breakfast foods, in such a high esteem. So
Okay. Okay. How about you? Can you?
I'm
have
just
breakfast
being
anytime?
jelly because I can't eat hard in the morning. Like you talking
I
about?
think that's why it's easy for me to skip.
Because
Go ahead.
itis is a thing. It's real.
Oh, you gonna eat? You gonna get comfortable?
It's real.
Your shoulders gonna go
Yes.
down a little bit. You gonna sit
Yes, 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 indeed.
Like,
How about you over there?
I don't know. I mean, like, breakfast supposed to be fast. I mean, like, you know, breakfast coming up in the country. See, I'm a country nigga. See, I ain't with this city game. This,
Not city game.
this city game. This moving fast for no reason. Face
Oh,
ass.
the reason you is because the words say fast. You move
Yeah,
fast.
I'm saying these people, man, people come from so many places, walks and lies around and move so fast to me. But breakfast is what we do fast. Where I'm from, like you eat, you get up in the morning, get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And you get you something to eat and a nut to eat to do what you finna go do. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I mean? It's like loading up the gun.
Okay.
So it's click, clack, and we out of there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We going to go get it. That's what it was for. So that's why I said breakfast have so like now. But sometimes you get to get some, you know, special breakfasts. You get some special breakfasts. Be, you know, times you get to sit down and eat.
Oh, that's the special time. That's when
Yeah.
you sit with the family.
Yeah, you see it be around the holiday.
That's the special breakfast.
You get this, sometimes you get a special breakfast, you know what I'm saying? But that just meant to go ahead and do what you got to do. So you can chill out. Like people where I'm from, they try to get their day be done by 1, 2 o'clock. I be up 5, 6, and 4:35, like, and I'm trying to be done with my day by 1.
Do you really be up that early?
I do.
Okay.
So breakfast is a time. So what time, if you're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, what time would be breakfast?
What time would be breakfast? Anytime. Breakfast at any time before 7:45.
Oh, I'm gonna miss breakfast a lot.
Yeah, I'm on lunchtime then.
I'm gonna miss breakfast a lot.
I'm on lunchtime.
Dang.
And breakfast at any
Well, I
time.
leave a brunch lunch
Now,
then.
I used to work for a
Goodness
prison
gracious.
now, right?
Mhm.
And I used to have to wake up the dormitory. That was at 6:30 a.m. So I guess that is about right. Wait, I'm talking about inmates.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about that's how he grew up?
Looking for a relation.
I don't know. I just know that's how early they ate. And I was like, how y'all eating that early?
It's
I mean, you just boil you a cup of hot sausages. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might.
I don't want to leave here and make bad decisions talking about hot sausages.
You better boil your cup of them hot links, or you can listen on everything. Like you can boil your, you know what I'm saying? You can boil your 2, 3 eggs, then you can boil you can boil your 2 pieces of connected sausage.
Okay.
Eat them 2 pieces of connected sausage, and you eat them 2, 3 eggs, however many you boil, you eat that. That's a breakfast. You ate that, it's gonna fill you up. You got your protein, you got your eggs, you got cardio. I mean, you in there. Hey, but it seems like to some people you eating bad, but that's if you ain't doing nothing. But if you burning this energy, like if you using this energy that you loading up with this pork that you eating, the egg that you eating, if you using this energy, it's gonna do right by you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you lazy, I say this. Hey, this is why I say like if you really lazy, don't eat pork.
Okay.
If you know you lazy by nature, don't eat pork.
Now I'm not gonna call her lazy by nature, but the people that say
Who?
the people that say I get the itis, you know, that you would assume after they eat they're gonna relax, not lazy but relax. So those people shouldn't eat.
Well,
depends on what time you eat it.
I'm just not going to be as crisp as I need to be. You know what I mean?
Not as
Might be a
sharp as
little,
quick to that.
okay, well, you right. You know, versus, no, you do this, and this. You know what I mean? So.
Got it. Okay. I just want to be clear. We got to be clear on the show. We just got to be clear.
We got this. I don't even know what I'm talking about. No
I
more.
noticed,
Right.
and that's why we got some stuff that I know you're gonna know what we're talking about coming up next. And we're back fast from our break, giving our sponsors a word. And we're going to jump right into the next thing that we have on the chart. We had an interesting week this week. Last week we talked about people not wanting to get the vaccine because it had not yet been fully approved. Well, as of Monday, August 23rd, Pfizer was granted the first to have the full approval of the vaccination. Did you guys hear about that?
Sure did.
What's your thoughts on that, sir?
Hey man, like people might not want to hear my honest thoughts on it.
Okay.
Because I'm going, like, so here's what I'm going to say. My thoughts on he getting the FDA approval. After 90 billion people then took it. What you going to come back and say?
Well,
What else is you going to say? See, you remind me of something. See, I was downtown one time. Hey, I want you to remember this. What else you were gonna say? And 90 billion people that took it already.
Oh, well, what else?
So, no, but hold on. I'm gonna tell you about the story. Like, what else you gonna say? So, now, I was downtown. I was working on some type of film stuff, and this white man kept walking up to me. And because he did film work, he was giving me his little pointers and whatever he think I should do and whatnot. But I was like, okay, I appreciate it. But I kept doing what I was doing the way I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he come and he tell me, he said, hey, you think you smart, don't you? Now, the crazy part is I had thought about this shit. I thought about this cracker. He said, I think you smart, don't you? I said, oh. Man, after I thought about it, you know what I told him?
What you tell him?
I said, well, being dumb wasn't a goal that I set for myself. So what else would you like for me to think about me?
Mm-hmm.
I better think like if you
Somebody, but if it ain't nobody else, it should be you, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So what else would you like for me to think about me? Mm-hmm. Going back to the point, after 90 billion people then took it, like what else are they gonna come out and say? What else is there to say but it's approved?
Oh,
You can't say, oh, it's unapproved.
True.
You can't say it's unapproved.
Well, I tell you what they did say, which was alarming. What they did say is that it was only approved for people that were 16 and up.
Wow.
16 and up. And, you know, when it was first being administered, people were taking it from the ages of 12 and up. So that's a 4-year age gap right there. So why did that age range change? That's something that I would like to hear more information about or find more information about. But like you said, how many people then took it? How many? 90,000?
90 billion.
90 billion people took
90
it.
billion people took it. Now, I may be exaggerating a little bit.
No,
That might be a high number.
You hit on facts. You're right.
I
What
may
else
be
you gonna do to
exaggerating.
prove it? It's already out there.
So we just need to be watching, though, that age range gap because we was giving it to kids at 12.
Hey, they giving it to kids. Hey, they were giving they probably giving it to newborns.
I
They no
mean,
telling what they were doing.
there's never any telling what really goes on behind closed doors, but according to Pfizer, it can now be the 2-shot.
The 2-dose.
The 2-dose shot can be administered nationwide. What are your thoughts on that, Lady X?
I have none.
No,
I
okay.
have none.
Well, I can say this just in relation to this topic. There was a House bill that was put out from Ohio. It was House Bill 248. It was introduced because of discrimination that people were facing based on their vaccination status.
Okay.
So this House bill is to stop that type of discrimination, employment discrimination, so that if you have the vaccine or not, that is not something that has to be disclosed or will be a determinant if you have a job. What are your thoughts on that?
I really do think that asking, whether or not someone is vaccinated or have you, is a breach of HIPAA. I truly believe that.
Right.
And I know that, some can come against and, speak for the, why it wouldn't be considered HIPAA, but no, that's, to me, it's the same equivalent of asking someone their status, HIV status, in my opinion. And it needs to be treated as such. But it's taken such a social cue and a social, life of its own. Hey, I'm vaccinated. Hey, blah, blah, blah. And then you have celebrity self-disclosure. I mean, I turn on Snap, which primarily the children use Snap, right? The kids. They have all types of I've been vaccinated, stickers and things for them to use right on the homepage, so to speak. Also videos and things of that nature from celebrities and to me it's a breach of confidentiality.
There is a lot of endorsement of it.
Absolutely.
And I personally believe that it should be a choice. That a lot of people have a problem with that, but that's okay. I believe it's a very personal choice, and it shouldn't be disclosed.
Right.
We don't ask people about their HIV status. We don't ask people about their tetanus status. We don't ask people about their hepatitis B status. So there's things that we don't talk about that are also contaminating diseases and viruses that can affect people. So, what's your thoughts on it?
Oh man.
2 cuts. What you got on it?
I don't know what I got on it, man. It's like you talking about what you talking about, the Pfizer?
Yeah, we're talking about the fact that there are certain segments of society that are discriminating against people who have not gotten the vaccine or who have. Either way, there's discrimination happening. but more so for the people who are unvaccinated.
Yeah. I was just telling Two Cups earlier today that, I wanted to go to a concert coming up and you had to produce verification of vaccination or a negative test within the last 72 hours going into the concert. So even that itself, and then also at that point, masks are still required. So if masks are still required, why is proof of vaccination or even going forward,
A
still
caveat is
mandatory?
coming in. Right?
Yeah. So in my opinion, that means that facility does not have a standing of, social distancing and things of that nature. So more seats they can fill, more profit. And we're going back to money. It's for monetary gain. That's where I stood last week. That's where I'm back at today. So
Yeah.
I think so too.
I agree. A lot of places are going to take a hit. There have been people that have been saying, well, you can't come into the restaurant if you don't have vaccinations.
yeah, New York City.
Yeah, but then then you go back and you think about when niggas couldn't even show their skin. So I'm not even tripping about a card. You need it's discrimination, but what I would say real black people that really experience being looked at differently, we respond to this a lot different. We don't care nothing about that. That ain't nigga, you talking about you discriminate because I ain't got my shot. Nigga, you been discriminating against me since when? It ain't no difference.
Right. This is true.
We don't feel that ain't part of our battle.
It's just like when the economy went down, you had some people that felt like they needed to jump off of bridges because they couldn't take the fact that their jobs were closing or they weren't going to make the money that they used to. Whereas certain segments of society was like, oh, we just going to adjust. We ain't going to get McDonald's on Friday. We going to get a little less on the shopping. Everybody use 2 squares of tissue instead of 4.
Absolutely.
That's what we're going to do. We just going to dance.
Then you have people who's like, well, I welcome it so I can profit off of it. So, you always have your segments. So, you're going to always have a population that feels destitute, like you were saying, where they were committing suicide and things of that nature and don't only see that cup is half empty,
Right.
And then you have other ones who are opportunists and don't have any problem with profiting off of the opportunity that arises. So.
Because if you keep people out of the restaurants, who is that hurting? That's going to actually help the people that are going to the restaurant to keep the money in their pocket, as well as not run the risk that your staff may have the virus. I haven't seen anybody's card in here. That's what my issue is as a rep.
I'm glad you brought that up because
can I see your information, sir?
I was at a restaurant last week and my waiter literally held my drink like this up to coming up
carrying it.
Yeah, carrying it, talking and
not
carrying.
Social distancing.
I said, yo,
not social distancing.
That water. I don't want any of that water. No, sir.
Take it back, please.
Do you need a straw?
Yeah,
no,
they
sir.
spit all over.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to get a tip.
Exactly. Just going at it. Now you have a spray range. You know what I'm saying? No matter
how. You don't get your sucker and succotash face ass. You don't get your sucker and succotash face ass on that body here, boy.
Exactly.
That goes back to the fake securities. We got to stop with the fake security. Either we're going to close stuff down so people can stay home and get healthy. Don't try to pack the house at the concert full of folks. And somebody in here could be a carrier whether they got a card or not.
Exactly.
Whether they got a card or not, you could be a carrier. Wasn't that one of them governors?
Yeah, they know that.
Come on, I'm gonna need y'all to stop that. But now it goes even deeper, y'all.
Okay.
It goes deeper. It goes deeper because there are insurance companies that are saying they may not cover medical coverage for the unvaccinated. Did you hear about that?
You know what? Let me
That's
tell you
happening.
something. I just went through open enrollment 2 weeks ago for the 2022 year. They better not pull that stuff.
I can tell you.
I've already solidified and confirmed my selections, and they better be in place for the 22 to 23 year.
I can tell you that the Kaiser Family Foundation had reported that the out-of-course pockets that are associated with COVID-19 patients that are unvaccinated, they're talking about pushing it back. They're going to start reversing those charges, and they will be yours.
Oh, okay.
They will be yours. How do you feel about that?
So you mean for the testing and the...
No, for treatment, for any type of...
okay.
Yeah. a course that will be primarily born to the unvaccinated. So if you end up going in and you need ventilators or things that they would cover for people that are vaccinated, you won't get that. You'll have to pay. You'll have to pay. You didn't get a vaccine, you're gonna have to pay.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow. So you looked that up, or that's what I had told you?
No, that's what the Kaiser Family Foundation said. That's coming from an actual foundation, that this is something that's coming down. And you did tell me about it, which caused me to do the research, yes.
Right. So I be telling folk what I be talking about. Man, I said this.
They don't trust you.
It be real, man. I tell them folk. I said, man, these people gonna start playing with your medical, man. You ain't vaccinated.
So no, that is a real thing. That is something that has been reported.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make a lot of niggas get vaccinated in the hood. And when them niggas tell them they don't get vaccinated, they violating their goddamn probation.
Really?
What?
I can't.
You got me thinking about that
too. Like, I'm not anti-vax. I'm not pro-vax. The choice is yours.
Yes.
But where it comes in, where you're now, or officials are now impeding on my choice or trying to come in my house, so to speak, now I have an issue with that.
Yeah, I'm open-minded to it. In the essence that I need information. I need information that makes sense to me to say whether I'm going to move forward or not. So it can come either way. If I get enough information that makes me feel comfortable with it, then I'll move toward that. But as of right now, historically, in this country, I'm going to sit still.
Right.
I'm going to sit still for just a little bit longer.
Right. And we're just trying to see this preliminary round looking like.
Yeah, I just want to give it maybe a year or two. I want to see how folks turn out, how they walk and talking,
right.
and see how things go. Because it is a very fast moving thing, and most experts that I've listened to, no one is saying anything to the context that they know these things as a fact. We believe it has been shown thus far, and this thing keep changing. Exactly. So the wording that's being used is what's got me on caution.
Yeah.
It's the wording. It's in the wording for me. So this is the other disturbing issue about it, but interesting because it's happening in all kind of ways. We have medical professionals that are staging walkouts at hospitals. We have doctors that are saying that, if you didn't get vaccinated, that's a tough way to die. I won't be able to treat you. There was an actual doctor that came out to say that.
Really?
That's a tough way to die.
That's a tough way to die.
We ain't gonna treat you.
Where's the humanity?
I don't know.
Goodness
gracious.
All of these pro-lifers, I don't know where the humanity is.
Oh my goodness.
All of these Christians, I don't know where the humanity is.
See, I honestly thought you were going in the direction of where the hospital were requiring admins to take the vaccine, and people were actually walking out because of that.
Oh no, that's happening. The ones that are unvaccinated that don't want their hand forced to be inoculated.
Right.
But I'm talking about the doctors that are saying, I'm not going to help you if you were not vaccinated. Saying that the people that are unvaccinated are selfish, and if you felt so comfortable to not believe the doctors to get the vaccine, why are you coming to us to heal you? That's what I'm getting back.
Wow.
That's what
That's
uncovered.
crazy. Hey, you talking about, they say, so you mean tell me these folks say, hey. I'm talking about.
Ride it out. That's what
No.
Ride it out.
Hey, you saying that they on some Mike Jones.
Yeah.
You trying to tell me these folks on some.
Yeah.
Back then you didn't want me.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Now hot John on. Hey, they on.
Literally, white hot.
Hey, you said they on some Mike Jones.
Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely.
Back then you didn't want me.
They're going to have the phone number on their shirt, on their jackets in the back.
Hey, man, what he said phone number was?
It's going to be across the front of their white coat in a minute.
Man, what Mike Jones phone number was?
I don't know.
Shout out to Mike Jones.
Mike Jones with it. Yeah, that's exactly what that was a doctor.
Back then you didn't want me.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, back then, that's what they saying about the vaccine.
Yeah, and it's something. I want to know, is that against their Hippocratic oath? As medical professionals, you hold your hand to provide medical service. That's your profession. That's your personal opinion you're making about the.
Was a hypocrite a long time ago.
Oh, well, we know that. And we know when science was stolen from the rightful owners of science,
that was a Hippocratic statement right there.
I'm gonna clue bombs on that.
Okay. You got me looking for Mike Jones.
You gonna call Mike Jones?
You gonna call him if I find his number?
Man, what the number was? What 300 for something? Something. Mike
You think
Jones.
it's still active?
No, it ain't active. But hey, man, Mike Jones, man, Mike Jones got in trouble about that number.
Mike Jones' phone number is 928-649-8659. That's what it is.
That ain't what it was.
No,
that ain't
this one.
Oh, that's what
Yeah, that one.
The 281-330.
Right.
Oh, somebody Mike Jones was
Hey,
there.
no, but that's not. Hey, man, listen.
I done gave somebody number out. Well, it's on the internet. It's for everybody's viewing.
Who number you gave?
Mike Jones from somewhere.
Yeah, 281-330.
Hey, 330.
8004.
That's
Right, that was
our
at
Mike Jones.
281-330-8004. Mike Jones, hit me up on. Hey, that's how that Mike Jones used to go, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Well, they pulling the Mike Jones on us, y'all.
They put on Mike Jones. They say back then you didn't want me.
Yeah.
Now hot, you all on me.
Yes. So we've got some definite things to look at how this develops, because it's new developments every day. They're talking about ages 5, starting from age 5. They're looking to get approvals by September, late winter.
You know, I was just going to say, you know, we laughing and joking and whatnot, but, you know, we know that COVID is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's serious. As Fat Joe said, it's in the building, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just to make that point out there, because I have had people close to me have it and, you know, have reactions from the vaccine and things of that nature. And without being vaccinated, have gotten it as well. So
I think it is definitely something that is being misconstrued in thinking that if you don't want to get the vaccine, that means you don't believe that there's an issue. No. There is COVID out here. COVID-19 is very alive. So we're not saying that.
Like a girl says, shit is real.
Okay.
Shit is real. Okay.
It's real out here.
You know, I just don't understand why these decisions are being made amongst professionals when there are certain religions that don't allow for inoculations. So if this part of the segment of society says we're not going to do it because it's based on religion, what are you going to do then?
Right. Again, impeding our rights.
I know what we gonna do. We gonna pay a couple bills.
Okay, let's pay some bills.
Hey, we gonna pay a couple bills real quick.
If y'all could just take a minute, we'll be back with a word from our sponsor.
It tastes like candy. It tastes like candy. Sweet enough to eat. It tastes like.
And we're back, good people. And we are going to move right on into talking about the things that go on in the culture. Lady X, can you give us a little bit on what we had going on this week?
Absolutely. So let's first up, Sha'Carri Richardson came in 9th place out of a 9-spot race. Did she truly lose?
Did you laugh?
Hold on.
Did you laugh?
Hold on, man.
Did you just laugh?
I'm trying to say this with a straight face because, not judging, just asking questions.
Okay.
Because the fact is, in a race you have a winner, you have a loser. Now to be the last of the, the racers is in itself the predicament that this young lady now sees herself in. What say you?
When you come in last place, it like real talk. It like you weren't even in the race. It don't matter. I'm talking about when you come in last place, you could have just walked. What you run for? What did you run?
I'm gonna need you to get up off her. I'm gonna need you.
What did you run for? When you come in last place, why did you run?
And listen,
you could have walked.
she showed up. Now that's what we talked about. Showing
showed
up.
up.
She showed up. Although it wasn't a good day. Don't we all have bad days sometimes?
Oh my gosh.
On top of what this young lady's been dealing with, period. The media coming at her mother passing. There's a lot that she's been dealing with. Not being able to go to the Olympics, so maybe she should have walked that day.
I think she talked stuff too tough and too soon.
You think so?
Absolutely.
But if she don't build herself up, then who's gonna do it?
Listen, there's a discipline to this track thing. It's
Okay.
all mental. As a former track runner, not the first one, okay? I didn't say track star, okay?
I got you.
My dude wasn't writing a song about the girl, okay? Just so we're clear. However, it is completely mental. So if you're not in that frame of mind to go and beast out, get in beast mode, then like he said, just walk it. Just walk
hear you.
it.
Okay. All right. What else we got going on?
Now listen, okay. Queen Bey and King J, both appeared in a About Love Tiffany ad, which featured the rare Tiffany diamond. Miss Knowles Carter was the fourth person to wear this rare diamond and the first black woman to wear it. And since its discovery,
It was discovered in South Africa.
in South Africa in 1877.
In 18.
1877.
And she's the first.
She's the first black woman.
Interesting.
128 carats and 82 facets. About Love, which also gave it another, so to speak, rare find, right? So it a never before seen Basquiat was shown during this same campaign, which actually featured the Tiffany blue color.
Okay.
Okay, so what say you?
What say me? What say me about it is I think it is highly necessary that we know what we're getting ourselves into when we're getting ourselves into it. It's my understanding that there was a response from her team that said that she was unaware of the history of the diamond with which she was wearing. And she was bothered that Tiffany, the company, had not told her.
Ooh,
But
okay.
if Tiffany, the company, can hold a diamond that is considered a blood diamond that was found in one of the first mines that the British colony set forth in 1877, I'm gonna need you to know.
Absolutely.
When you do a body of work called Black is King, I'm gonna need you to know.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need you to know.
Tell 'em, sis.
That's just my opinion on
Absolutely.
it. Because if you don't know the history of that diamond, I'm gonna assume that you don't know the history of why you're saying Black is King.
Absolutely.
You know, back in the day, it used to be Cotton is King, but you said Black is King. So you know some history. I'm gonna say you know some history.
Okay.
What you got on it, Shawty?
I mean, I feel like I'm one of them niggas you talking about. Because I don't know nothing about that diamond. Like I don't know why we kings then. And so I mean, what is it about the diamond that make me a king? Like niggas that don't even wear diamonds. Like what?
See, it's not the diamond that was making him king. It's just that she had created a body of work that celebrated her love and appreciation for the motherland, Africa. And that is something that has been very well talked about, blood diamonds and the amount of people that were enslaved during that time and the amount of
I mean,
people
Jay
that
was on the
lost.
remix Blood Diamond, so I mean, you know.
So to say today we don't know the history, I think
Right.
we need to own our stuff and keep
that's-
it moving.
Absolutely, and I think that's what she's a little bit of cleanup session
Yes,
here.
that's what it needs.
I think that, the backlash was not anticipated, but Black Twitter was not having it.
Yeah.
Okay? Some people were, getting on. So let me just paint a picture for you. Beyonce was standing statuesque with the diamond. Jay-Z was, kind of laid back and observing. And, and the Basquiat was in the background there, right? So, some people clapped back and was like, do he think he is this dude? Speaking of the hair, the choice in hair. Because it when I first seen it, definitely did put me in mind of the related artists, right? And then other people were saying, why is it in this particular manner, for a source of campaign, that this work of art, this lost work of art, so to speak, because it came from a private owner, is now being showcased to the public, but under these conditions of the Tiffany ad.
Right.
So,
I think it should
yeah.
be, we have discovered this and we're returning it to its rightful owners. But
yeah.
we gonna move right along. What else we got on the line?
And just the last thing that made me chuckle quite a bit. Someone said that that it's the Basquiat cosplay for him. So they did your boy dirty. Oh goodness.
No.
What is the Basquiat?
You know his hair, Basquiat,
What's
the
that?
artist.
No,
He
I
has
don't know him.
he has a signature hair, like a really okay. You know, you seen recent pictures of the boy, right? Of your guy,
Jay.
Ooh.
Jay.
No, I ain't seen recent pictures.
You haven't seen recent pictures of
Harper's
him?
Bazaar, I believe, is
Okay.
the one who has.
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's an About Love campaign for Tiffany.
It's About Love campaign for Tiffany. So
Tiffany
we got.
Diamond, Tiffany & Co.
All right, so I gotta look up pictures.
Yeah, just
of
look up Jay-Z right now.
Mm-hmm.
Images. And you'll see the hair going in all different directions.
Beautiful as far
I'ma
as
send
the
it to you.
pictures and all of that, but we have to be clear about what we're standing and
And
representing.
what message are we truly, is it truly
Conveying.
sending? Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
There you go,
And,
bruh. I just sent it to you.
and I'm a fan of Beyonce. I don't think this is a personal error of hers as far as malicious intent.
Right.
But I do think that at this stage in the game, whether you knew the history or not, now you do. So there is a
No, he
something that
Rastafari.
she's spoken to.
And not with you.
Jay-Z a Rasta now.
Oh, gosh.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, he from the 305.
Oh, no. Oh,
Hey,
no.
Jay-Z
Stop
from the
that. He
And
is
Jay-Z a Haitian. Jay-Z a Zoe. Face ass.
You never know, Ancestry.com
Oh,
trace
my
you back to
gosh.
all kind of stuff. So ain't
Oh,
no
my
telling.
gosh.
Hey,
Wow.
Jay-Z a
Tell me
Zoe.
what-
Yeah, but that's
discovered.
been the vibe. That's been
Hey,
the
hey,
vibe.
that was him on Startup. That was Jay-Z playing on
Oh,
Startup.
gosh. But you
Yes.
know, like to your point, D.
Big
Royale,
rigid face ass.
to your point, these two people in our culture, in today's culture,
Yes.
2021, right? They hold such a weight
Mm-hmm.
to
Influence.
and influence, absolutely. With him in the billionaire status now, and with her, like you said, she was a breath of fresh air in 2020. For the girl.
Okay.
With taking the stances that she was taking and things of that nature, and also too, like you said, with the release of Black is King.
Right.
So, yeah.
That I love that so much
Mhm.
that this is shocking.
Mm.
So it just.
Yeah, I mean, they hold a little bit more weight,
Yeah.
And
what would they say with what's that Spike Bill say? The responsibility when you
Mhm.
have this, you have a certain amount of responsibility.
yeah,
So you got a responsibility to the
absolutely,
people.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What else we got going?
Okay, so this week also marked the heavenly birthday of Kobe Bryant on the
Happy
23rd.
Happy
So,
birthday, King.
Losing him early 2020.
Yes. Our condolences to the families too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely got to give a big shout out to Kobe.
One thing that I admired about Kobe, just thinking back on his life and legacy, was his relationship with his daughters.
Mm.
Not just the one that he was with, but his daughters.
Mhm.
It's my understanding that he showed up for everything
Mhm.
that they had going on individually. And
Mhm.
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's a
Did he come up with that hashtag, daddy's, or what is it called?
Girl dad?
Girl dad?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay.
it was whether he came up with it or not, he was labeled it and everybody felt it was
Right,
fitting.
right.
Right.
What say you?
Hey man, like, what say me is what say me is like that, I used to tell the people when I was in college and I came up doing the arts, theater and stuff, and the young guys up under me, I used to tell them about having the dog mentality. The dog mentality, you know what I'm saying? You had to bite down. So when it comes to this, you want to learn to be an actor and being in the arts, you got to have a dog mentality. Not being wrong, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how hard you willing to go for it.
Okay.
And so you got to have a dog mentality. So people really didn't understand Kobe at first when he said the mumble mentality. Because when you look at what that is and where it derived from, some people can say it's dark, it's evil, or whatnot of, because ain't it like it's a snake or
Yeah, so like a king cobra or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So so the mumble mentality, you know what I'm saying? So so this got played by that. This got lived by that. Hey, he ain't take no prisoners.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of it, we judge a lot of people. But when you look at Michael Jordan, take no prisoners. When you look at, even the German, what it was German dude, Hitler. Man, the mentality to take no prisoners. When you look at world leaders, the mentality to be take no prisoners.
You don't back down.
So, are they wrong for having this mentality, this mumble mentality, this dog mentality? Are they wrong for having this kind of mentality?
I think it just requires a level of discipline that the average Joe, is not willing to put forth. And that's why you have a Kobe of the world, you know what I mean? And the others that you mentioned, I guess, for better or for worse, but,
I don't.
but everybody is not going to have that same ethic, that same, level drive of discipline in them to achieve that level to be mentioned. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I don't think it's wrong. I think it's how you use your energy and the direction in which you're using your energy. If he used it to fuel his game, to make him better and stronger at in delivering what he had, his gift, then I think it's absolutely right. Now, if it's to hurt some other people or a large mass amount of people, that's when it's wrong.
Okay.
So it's how you're using that energy.
Absolutely.
So Kobe used it brilliantly.
I think, personally.
And I thank him for his gift.
Absolutely. And, I think, just from my perspective, I think it was his mission to be one of the greats. Even with foregoing school, getting right into the league, you know what I mean? It's to be mentioned as one of the greats and mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna definitely be mentioned as one of this. And when you, it ain't many people that left high school, went straight to the pros,
Right.
and you still regard them as, like you got to say, but it's some. There's a few
Very few, select few. Yeah.
that made it from high school to the pros that you don't mention their name.
Right.
You know how hard for a person to practice all their life, been to college, everything, still don't make it to the pros, and here you come on cereal and milk.
Yeah.
Taking celebrities to your prom.
Showing
Remember
up.
that? Remember that, y'all?
Right. And I'm talking about you just got through eating cereal and milk.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you still on Captain Crunch,
Right.
And
Fruit Loops.
speaking of another great, we got another anniversary that we just had.
Absolutely. So the 20th anniversary of Aaliyah's passing just came upon us on the 25th of the month.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That's
I'll tell you, this one is personal. It's personal.
Yeah.
So what say you?
She was definitely someone I came up on. I can't say there was a song that I wasn't a fan of. So,
Yo, she was a whole vibe.
What?
Just the swag.
The whole look.
crazy. Just
A vibe.
everything. You know what, too? It's like timeless. Like, she
Yes.
can go rocking what she had 20 years ago
rock,
today.
the boat can play right
Absolutely. And the crowd will go wild.
now. Right now. That's my favorite out of her
Yeah.
whole catalog. And when I tell you just the beauty, and it was just
Inside
simply
and
there.
out.
Yes,
Inside
yes. And it
and
came out in her music.
Yeah.
And I also thank her for sharing her gift with us. Because
Absolutely.
it was definitely a good thing. What say you?
This what say me is like, it like
I was following suit. It's contagious.
hey, it's like a game. Like what say me? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like riding down the interstate, be like, you know what I'm saying? I see something the color blue.
What do you say?
I can't. Oh,
Hey,
man.
you know what I'm talking about? Then you be trying, everybody be looking and trying to figure out what
What's
it is.
blue?
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, that's crazy. Oh.
I mean, even reflecting on it, where
Absolutely.
were you? Where were you when you heard the news?
Can you remember?
No, I can't remember where I was when I heard Aaliyah pass away. It's definitely, that's a hard one for me. I can't, not Aaliyah. But Tupac, I remember.
Okay.
But, you know, yeah, but Aaliyah, I don't remember where I was. I mean, Aaliyah, I wasn't, you know, really on,
Okay.
I understand.
you know,
And you know,
Aaliyah.
it's different. It obviously it was just, you know, just different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. But what about you, D-Ray? Where were you?
Where was I? So my name is D Royal, and I'm a very loyal.
Yeah, I kind of get Royale on it. you know,
Royale.
Royale.
And I tend to be very loyal when I show up for folks. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That particular day, a family member of mine was participating in a show, in an entertainment show, and she asked me to come through and support the show.
Okay.
And I made it my business to be there.
Mhm.
And during the course of the show, it was an entertainment show, and they broke in with that news. It kind of changed the whole
vibe. The
complete
whole vibe. I'm going home
of the
type
show.
vibe.
It
Okay.
was very off-putting.
Yeah.
People were like, did you
Yeah.
just hear that?
Yeah.
It was the whispers amongst the
Yeah.
crowd. So it was very shocking,
Yeah.
very shocking.
I can
So it was at the show.
Yeah. And for myself, I was in my college dorm room, right? Or residence hall. They get me for that. But and my cousin was visiting, and we seen the news break when what's his name? Sway came on for the MTV update, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, that can't be true, right? Right? That can't be true. And I said, no, it's on MTV. It has to be true. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they said it.
So like, so that just lets you know where I was in that day and time
Yes,
where I was
your
like,
news
MTV, it's true. That
was
was my
reliable
CNN. Absolutely. So I'll never forget it just because of that whole, scenario, that whole setup.
Yeah. She's definitely missed. Definitely
Favorite
missed.
song? D-Ray.
And that would have rocked the boat.
Okay. Now let me tell you. Now I don't mess with Rock the Boat. I
Okay.
was gonna say something else,
Okay.
but I don't mess with Rock the Boat
What she
only
was?
because that's what transpired to her demise.
Yes.
Rocking the boat, hold
Yeah,
on.
the videotaping.
It was the she
The
flew
video,
out
it was the
to
video.
record that.
To record that video, Rock the Boat. And
So
she
that has soured
And it
it.
has soured it for me. It has soured it for me. My favorite Aaliyah song is actually from a soundtrack. The Anastasia movie. I'm a big cartoon watcher, you guys.
Alrighty.
A Journey to the Past.
Yes.
So beautiful. The song is just, oh my gosh. Like one time I played it 11 times in a row. Overkill, yes. However,
Okay.
the feeling and all of that good stuff that came from it, that was just such a beautiful, beautiful song.
Okay.
So how she delivered it and everything like
Yeah.
that. So if you're not familiar, go ahead and take a look.
I'm gonna have to take a look. Because you definitely have made me feel some kind of way about Rock.
Aw,
No, you have.
I'm
No, I just
sorry.
want you to know you
Okay,
have.
I
All right.
apologize. I
We just gonna move
apologize.
right on past
Absolutely.
that.
What about you, Two Cups?
Right, what about me? What?
I know you said, okay, so what's your favorite Leah movie? Because I know you was rocking with her and
Okay,
DMX and all of the
something.
good stuff.
Oh, Aaliyah, like
Yeah.
my Aaliyah movie?
Yeah.
What movie was she in?
She was in quite a few movies.
You got to help us out now,
Oh,
bro. Come
my
on.
What movie was she in? Like,
She was in Cradle to the Grave, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Cradle to the Grave. She was in Cradle to the Grave?
Yeah.
I seen
Queen
that.
of the Damned, I believe. She was in it. Her and DMX was like a couple
Yeah,
of.
they
They
had
had a couple of hits.
a run. They had
Yeah.
like a run together.
Jet Li. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
Hey, I swear.
Ah.
Well, I like Cradle to the Grave.
That's what you like?
Yeah, because I remember that movie.
Okay.
I like Cradle to the Grave.
Well, she had a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
She do.
If she was here, she
Well,
would have a lot
the
more
legacy
work.
continues.
Mhm.
And upon this 20th anniversary, now it's releasing for streaming catalog is 1 in a Million. So a lot of folks are very, very excited about
Yes,
that. And upon the
yes.
release of that 1 in a Million streaming, I believe it went to number 1 on the R&B charts or something like that. So definitely missed, definitely forever adored.
Yes.
You know?
She's gonna be the what
yeah.
is she considered the angel of hip hop?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they have her as.
Oh,
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, she the angel of hip hop.
Yes.
What's
Rest
up?
in peace, Aaliyah and Kobe.
Yes.
Hey, man. Hey, Rest in peace, man. God bless the dead all the way around, man. Like, there's some people that, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't want to stay on the subject. I know we got to go, but but when some people die, like, they be celebrities and whatnot, and it's like, then you got people that, like, you really know die, and but Kobe was one of them ones for me, and I'm assuming that Aaliyah was one of them ones for you that. Out of celebrity that you never met, you never knew that when they died, you really like
impacted
you
your life.
really felt it right. Yeah, you really felt like I was like, that's
Like
crazy.
family.
I never because I done told the story a few times when what I'm saying that I was finna play Kobe and we gonna hoop, we gonna play basketball, right? I was coaching these kids. Hoop wise, basketball, I was coaching these little kids basketball, and I used to tell my kid I could beat Kobe.
Did you believe it?
Yeah, I said, like,
You said that he believed it?
I was just wondering.
Did you believe it or was that just for the kids?
Hey, I used to tell him I could beat Kobe. Like, I used to be like, man, you know what, man? Like, if I had to play Kobe, I can beat Kobe one-on-one. I can beat Kobe, such and such. I can beat Kobe. And so the kid was like, you know what I'm saying? So, because I was trying to motivate them to get it better. Like, you know what I'm saying? You being coached by somebody that can beat Kobe.
Well, I listen. I see where you were going.
Right.
Okay.
One day, Kasim Reed and Kobe Bryant walked into the gym. And Kobe said, hey, Kobe, you still can beat Kobe?
Put you right on Front Street.
That's
You
funny.
still, hey, Kobe, man, you still can beat Kobe?
So
Hey, they, you know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, here come a ball rolling out on the floor.
Uh-oh.
Did your face get hot? Did you,
Nah,
did
you know
you
what I'm
get a
saying?
little
Hey,
comfortable?
time. And so now, me, Kobe, we at half court. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, listen, now, when they call these world-class, these are world-class athletes, right? He's a world-class athlete. I got my little kid talking about, come on, Kobe. I'm telling you.
Hearing it in the back.
Hey, yeah, go. So, you know what? I'm like, this is my once in life, my opportunity to score on Kobe Bryant. I can play a little bit, I think.
Okay.
Hey,
Listen, that's all you need.
Listen, I took the ball. Soon I put that mud to the side. He slapped it out my hand so hard. I'm talking about, hey.
It was the force.
The force of Kobe.
Hey, it's not. I'm talking about, hey. So I'm talking about the ball almost hit the roof off the floor.
You felt the bite of the mama.
Right. So, hey, so they give me. So I get the ball back. So this time I tried to do a little move with it first.
Why is you trying to?
Hey,
The kids are watching. The kids is watching.
Yo, just go for what you
Hey.
know. Why is you trying to be fancy with it?
Hey, I'm talking about I got the ball in my hand. I ain't never put it on floor. So as soon as I tried to make a move, he slapped it out of my hand again so hard.
Man.
Like the dick
man.
connected to my shoulder.
Oh, God.
Hey, this guy. Then when I was like, you got it. These guys are world class athletes.
Absolutely.
These guys are not playing. Like these guys are really like strong like that.
Something else.
Yeah, they're different kind of people,
Now
man.
listen.
Hey, they be out there playing. When you watching them on the TV and stuff like that, you watch the football player, basketball player, you be like, man, I can do better than him.
Listen. In your mind, okay?
That's
That
how
TV is a deceptive thing. Believe that.
There is
The
a
camera
reason.
is a deceptive device. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So let me ask you this: 2 cups. What did you say to the kids after the display?
How
What
did
did you say to the kids?
How did you fix your face back on?
Was you
Hey,
still
I had
coaching
to
after that?
I had to tell him. I was like, hey, I was doing my partner a favor. I was doing Reed a favor. I was doing Kasim Reed a favor. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't make Kasim look bad in front of Kobe.
That sound good.
Okay.
That's how old was the kids? Cause that sound good.
Okay.
That might have worked.
Did they take that?
That might have worked.
Yeah, it took
All
that.
right.
That's coach.
I'm glad.
That's
I'm glad. Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I was
yeah,
coaching
like you
at 10 to 12 years old.
See, you gotta have a good relationship with the people looking up to you. Speaking of relationships, what we got going on in the next area?
Oh, okay. Well, it's a little complicated. It's a little complicated.
Okay.
What are the eligibility requirements in relationships? Have you all ever pondered? What say you?
Eligibility
Yes,
requirements?
eligibility requirements in a relationship.
Something that should be right off
I mean, listen.
transparency.
Listen,
Right.
the floor is yours. What say you?
Hey, see, here we go with that. What say me? Then what that what see? Then what this what that what say me is get you. Then what?
Okay,
So,
what did what say me get you? Get me.
Then what say me is get you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe like we have to have a higher standard. And not just higher standard in a way that most people may think about this higher standard. Because when you say higher standard to the average person think higher standard means, you know what I'm saying, like we're going to go out to fancier restaurants, we're going to drive better cars, we're going to live different, we're going to go on vacations and whatnot. And to even get to that standard, that it has to be a pre-qualifier, like certain things you have to be able to do, like to really be a different kind of successful in life. You got your ones and twos, but to be a different kind of successful in life, you got to be pretty smart. So to be, I think to even apply for a marriage license,
Okay.
you both have to have your high school diploma. Like you can't marry somebody with a GED.
Why is that?
like,
So
I'm
if you
like,
have a GED,
if you have a GED, you can't. You know, like you couldn't marry nobody with a bachelor's. Like you.
If you have a
Wait a minute,
GED,
brother. Wait,
so you're
wait.
trying to categorize
See, I
people
was
by their
with you
level of
to the end.
education?
I was with you to the end. To the
I'm
end.
just-
What kind of
Why
nonsense?
can't you? Listen, if GED go with the GED and bachelor go with the bachelor degree, right? Then you put a separation of classes now. That's
Right.
the system of class
But she
system.
just got
It
through
is.
talking she just got through talking a long time earlier today about segregation.
What about it?
Is that what you were talking about earlier?
But what you're saying perpetuates
But what now? What they doing with the COVID vaccine? Saying they, you know,
The discrimination with
discrimination.
that.
Where did the discrimination end? That's the question.
But it shouldn't
It's gonna
end.
end in education messing with him.
Listen.
Right,
Listen,
it
we
shouldn't
got
end.
to end that.
It's not in the conception messing with him.
Okay. Yeah, we ain't even gonna get there.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Goodness
I mean,
gracious.
but listen. I mean, like, think about how many guys got babied by like special women. Let's just say that. This little special, like,
I don't even know how to go forward.
I'm about to type this.
I don't even know how to go forward on this.
Yeah.
What I can say though, I agree that if you're going to be in a relationship, I agree with the high school diploma or GED. You shouldn't be having that at least. I agree.
So one of the latest statistics is saying that the black woman is the most educated person in the world, right?
Mhm.
So you mean to tell me, as an educated black woman, the only partner for me, in your opinion, is another educated black woman?
Mhm.
I'm confused.
no.
That's not what I want.
Another,
Nothing
ain't
against
nobody said nothing about
That's not
another.
what- That's not what I
But ain't
want.
nobody said about another educated black woman for you. We just saying is all we know is that hey look, we trying to marry up. You
Who
know,
was we?
like the culture, like they do it in other countries and whatnot. Like
do
you
they do?
can't. Yeah.
Oh,
you-
arranged marriages.
Yeah,
now
like
we
if
can
you
arrange
can't.
marriages?
No, we ain't doing arranged marriage. I'm just
Okay.
saying like it should be eligibility requirement. Like you shouldn't like if you don't have a high school diploma or GED,
Don't come over here.
like no, you can't expect to. You know what I mean?
Expect to what?
But
Okay,
love
but
is love, though, right?
well, no, hold on. Well,
Okay.
hold on. Wait a minute. Here, I got you right here. Well, let me put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you're applying for a job,
Mm-hmm.
when you're applying for a job, it's only certain jobs that you know what I'm saying. Like if you don't even have a degree, if you ain't got a master's, you ain't got this many years experience, you can't even apply for this job.
Right.
This is true.
Oh,
I'm
you
saying-
can apply. You ain't going nowhere with it though.
Right?
Well,
yeah,
but you're not even eligible
you're not
in
gonna
their
go
eyes.
past
you're not eligible.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's eligibility requirements. I mean, to get the best.
So I agree about the needing to be have a high school education or GED because it says that you've completed something. You started something, you stuck with it, and you completed it. right? So then that's a good chance that you'll do that in a relationship. If you start something, you'll get into it and you'll complete it, right?
So you saying dropouts can't get married?
A white man told me.
I think they should have classes.
A
Before
white
marriage.
man told me never hire a man to run your business that been divorced. Now, I really, at that point in my life, I really feel some kind of way about that. At first, when he first told me, I understood. Now I'm having some difficulty.
What's the difficulties?
Well, that's another episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh Lord.
So what did he say? If don't
Don't
let
hire a
anybody,
divorced man to run your business.
Mm-hmm.
because he won't know how to keep it together.
And what was his logic behind that?
What she said.
He won't know how to keep it together.
Ooh, wee.
You gotta see the same, and I kind of agree with that. As a life coach, I agree with that. Your
Oh,
partnership
my
is serious,
gosh.
and when you come into a marriage, that's like a partner. It's like a business partner. We got things to do, and there's a certain way that we got to
I
talk
don't
to each
agree
other.
with that. Let
and
me
each
just tell
other.
you why. Because with growth comes maturity, right? So you're not the same person that you were at 18, 19, 21. You know what I mean? And what if you were in a situation where you felt that at 18, 19, 21, in that mindset that you were going to be with a person and you wanted to, marry them
Okay.
and make a life with them. However, for whatever reasons, through your maturity, through your growth, maybe it didn't happen on the same level, and so you're no longer compatible with that person.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, what?
That
I don't
leads us-
see how that has
that
any bearing
leads us-
on someone now, that same person, 18, 19, 21, right? That same person, 35, 40, or beyond. You know what I mean? Like now, so that means they just spoiled, period. They can't run a business. They shouldn't get married again. Like all this good stuff. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who looking at it. Because, like sometimes you have to look at things harshly.
Okay.
You may
Okay,
not.
well, maybe that's where I'm not.
Especially
You
when
may
you're
not
talking-
want to look at them harshly.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to look at things harshly. I was just having a conversation with my homeboy today about him thinking I'm too harsh. So at one point he said, "Man, I want you to listen to me." He was like, "Man, sometimes you just go too far, man. Like you can say things like you just go you too harsh, man." He was like, "Man, everybody that cross you not trying to kill you." And I'm like, "Well, what they doing?" If they cry me, they ain't trying to kill. They ain't trying to care for me.
They try to get over on you. They ain't trying to kill you.
Yeah, but to me, it's like, okay, a war is a war. If you start to fight, you don't get to tell me how far I get to go, or how far, what's right about
There's
it.
a
much.
reaction.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, you don't get to determine my reaction. You don't get to determine, what I'm saying, if you do something like, if you spit on me, you don't get to determine, then if I blow your brains out,
That was too much.
it's too much. You know what I'm saying? What you mean? Like, I didn't know, but
Right.
I know was taught how to gauge spit. You know what I mean? Like, so people do things to you.
Yes.
And then things happen like they say I'm too harsh. I say, so if all us at war together, right? We go to war together. We go, hey, you done been somewhere with your people before. You were like, hey, we all going together, we all coming back together. You know what I'm saying? You done made that pact before, right? You know what I'm saying? You with your homegirls or whoever you with, you know what I mean? You done say, we going in here together, we coming out of here together. So when you go into a situation like that, at any time, and somebody you supposed to be with, they leave you for dead. You ain't mad at the people that got you. You mad at the people who left you. More than you mad at the people who got you. Because, they did what they supposed to do.
This is true.
They came and handled. They did what they supposed to do. But what I was under the impression of what happened. So now I got an issue with the person who left me.
Okay.
So now it's like you left me for dead. You don't care about my kids. You don't care about my family. You don't care about, you know what I'm saying? You don't care about nothing. So now I don't care about none of your family, none of your kids.
Does it make it any less harsh?
But the fact that I said, the people say I'm harsh because, because you left me for dead. Now I don't care if you died. Like, oh, I'm too harsh.
But I mean, is that not any less harsh? Should you have a little different compassion because you know what that felt like or what that would feel like?
I think you should have some different Yeah, I think hell yeah. Like I do got it. Like I,
So then you wouldn't be harsh.
yeah. I am harsh.
So you're not gonna have the compassion.
So I think it's complicated became more complicated.
Yes, that makes more complicated.
It got too much
In the
complicated.
second.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
It got too
Goodness
much
gracious.
complicated.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I think in relationships, we need licenses. We talked about this at one point. We talked
Yeah,
about
we did.
licenses. You got to be approved. You got to pass some tests to say that you should be in something or be a part of something or
Okay.
involved. Why don't we have that for relationships? Like, are you ready to be in a relationship? Is this, did you meet this criteria for self before you start trying to attach to someone
That's
else?
where that full disclosure and that communication come in.
She want a relationship nut. She want.
What's your relationship nut?
She want a relationship nut.
I need to make sure.
She want the R nut. Hey, she don't want the R. Cause she want the R nut. Everybody get an R nut now. Everybody getting them R nuts.
This guy was it was a period of time where these guys kept jumping in my DM, right? So I used to hit them with what's your intentions? I never heard from them again. So clearly, and my cousin was very upset with me for asking such a question. But I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Because straight to the point. And when I tell you, every last single one of them scurried off back to the little wherever they came from.
See? That was a
Hey.
Hey,
Full disclosure and communication.
And just for me to just say, if that me in the situation, I'm in the inbox, she say, well, what's your intentions? I've been here with, you know what?
what would you say?
I was, you know what? Just because, we on Instagram, Facebook, whatever we on, this Twitter thing, whatnot, I only can see you in a physical form right now.
What would your
But-
response be?
But I might be worth taking the time to get to know.
See, see someone who because you did not see, meaning you ain't thinking,
It wasn't
you're not
worth the
trying
effort
to.
and everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
I'm just saying how hard you gonna,
We're back. So, to wrap the show today, we wanted to get down to a point and talk about something that was very major that came out this week. We can't miss it, guys. We can't miss it. The insurrectionists that was storming the Capitol on the day of January 6th.
one of the terrorists.
The insurrectionist terrorist in her terroristic act, terrorism and terrorist, they all fit those
They're
two.
interchangeable. Are they
Absolutely.
interchangeable? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
To a degree. One is an act and one is the being that person. Insurrectionist.
Okay.
So you telling me, like, okay, if this was a versus battle, Trump represent Gucci and Jeezy represent Pence.
I'm not.
I can't even go down that road with you either. I can't even stay on.
Yeah, you say, God, they say, you know what I'm saying? They say Jesus sent the hitman for Gucci
Right.
and Gucci killed him. So that what you saying that what Trump did? You saying Trump sent to hit people, the group?
I'm going to say what the people who were arrested said. They went.
Yeah, like listen. So he had messed up in New York. He was over in New York. I'm talking about the governor of New York was Adam. But guess what happened to the governor? They put them got a whole new governor that protect him.
Yes, he does.
So you tell me, you want to talk about Trump? Trump, like that's why Trump be in rap songs.
Because
Like,
he gangster with it.
Yeah.
He wants to be gangster with it, but in reality, he apparently is because people are reacting as if he were a gangster.
Oh yeah, he definitely is a gangster. It's no.
Let me tell you what's gangster. Ain't nothing more gangster than saying, y'all, turn around, go down that way, and I'm coming with you. And then I go get in the car. Ain't nothing more gangster than that. Down that way.
Did he get it?
And
Did he
say,
get charged
I'm
with
with
inciting a riot?
Did he? All right. Okay.
Hey, he got in the car.
I don't got no.
That's
he
coward.
got guys for this.
Pretty sure that what the conversation was. It ain't that much.
Absolutely.
Like anytime, like I don't know if y'all ever hit a lick before, but like anytime you get ready to hit a lick, you like you talk to the person that trying to go in with it. Hey, they gonna tell you, look, man, it ain't gonna be all that. It gonna be, it ain't even. You know what I'm saying?
Because you need a
what
willing
I'm saying?
participant.
But
Right.
like what we were saying on the last segment, you right.
Y'all from the East Coast, y'all represent the East Coast.
You right.
So, Now, Pop was born on the East Coast, but he represented the West Coast. And so now, for not just a little bit, but because this is a question that I want to know. For most of the women in the world that came up in this era with Big and Pop, if they had a choice of having a baby by either one of them guys, who would you say want to have a baby by Biggie, or would more women want to have a baby by Pop?
In what year?
I mean, like, I'm talking about that just new about him this year.
They both came off as ladies' men.
Okay.
And he was talking a whole different kind of thing. You understand? Brenda's got a baby,
Right.
mama. You understand what I'm saying? So
Take
he was
me
on
back,
something
take
else.
me back.
So I'm gonna
Oh my
say,
gosh.
I'm gonna say he had a. See, you start thinking about the songs from back
Brenda's
then.
got a baby. Well, Brenda's belly got a brain.
See?
A damn shame.
Here
The
we
girl
go.
can't even spell her name. It's not a problem. It's on Brenda's family. Well, let me show you how it affects the whole community. Now, Brenda really never knew her moms and her dad was a junkie shooting death into his arms. It's sad, but I'm.
Hold it out like she rehearsed last
I'm
night.
telling you, that song was a part of me being the woman that I am today. It hit me that deep. So for him to give me such a prolific,
Look, I need you looking.
you
Two
know,
cups. I need you
yeah,
listening. This is
such
your
a
answer.
prolific, like, he was such a visionary. He was able to.
See, when the South came, it was about dance, feel good, oh, have a good time. See, that's what Biggie brought when he came in with, give me one more chance, give me one more chance. So he came with the feel good, suave lady thing, right? But see, you got me reflecting on what I said.
I got from it.
Is that what you collected?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm trying
I liked his substance.
Okay.
You can't break him no fights. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
No, he had him in check.
But I would say,
He
you
had
know
him in
what?
check.
Now I know I'm wrong, and I know a lot of big lovers out there, but I do think Pop was that nigga, like, he gonna be the best to me ever, period. But I think Biggie probably would still have more babies because doing the physical act, he get tired the fast.
He didn't do that. You seen the movie?
Like, so he just lay off in there.
I mean, you know what? Lord forgive me, Lord. Okay, I done ran down the hole with him. I done took you down. I purposely jumped in the hole with him. I apologize. You know, let me just back all the way up.
You riding shotgun with this right
I
now.
said what I said. I think he was more so a lover than.
So, to close out this week, I think that we need to start thinking more about being leaders. Stop looking at and leaning on things that don't allow us to lead and move our people forward versus just look at things.
I think it's just got, like, who get the most blaming? Like, see, I hate telling the truth. Like, because you get telling the truth, I mean, it affects, people get so offended by the truth.
Okay.
I'm saying, people be mad. And you know what? And I hate telling to tell the truth, but, like, when you talk about the blame, who gets blamed, the most blamed for just anything? It's the unattractive people. People just blame unattractive people for anything. They do. They're like if you are not that cute, like if somebody stole something, like they'll pick the person that's not like
Attractive. The most attractive in the room.
Right. If they're not the right chick. But the person that they deem as not that unfavorable, they're not favorable, they're gonna say that's who did it. If somebody mugged you and they put people
In a lineup.
It was the ugly one.
Let me stop helping.
Yeah. Like so who get the blame, like, for real talk, like, for I'm just saying, just try to
Eat right.
just try to eat right, like, like people talking about like I've been wanting to do a campaign, like how people like stuff like they don't like to talk about like your bowels matter.
You want to do a campaign?
Like bowels matter, like people bowels matter, like people like they don't say, but you supposed to have like movements.
Regular.
Yeah, bowels. So your bowels matter, like they keep you healthy. Like I see some ladies, and I be saying, damn, they glowing, they so pretty, but they moving. Like it running through him.
Because they got the bells right.
They
right?
buy right. It's running through them. I'm talking about so they glowing, their skin shining. Like so, I be saying, and I tried to tell one of my partners one time. He was like, "Man, that girl's so pretty." So I said, "She gonna use a lot of toilet paper."
She regular. That's what you said. She regular. You got some issues with you, sir. Okay, all right. We gonna eat right. We gonna eat right. You heard that,
Eat
nigga?
right. Stay safe.
Okay.
Please.
That's what we gonna do.